Welcome to Knowledge Hub, where curiosity meets discovery. Dive into a world of fascinating facts, mind-blowing science, and the secrets behind everyday wonders. Get ready to expand your mind and explore topics that spark your imagination. Let's unlock the knowledge together. I never thought I'd see the stars like this. 50 years of marriage, and here we are, floating in the vastness of space. But it wasn't always this way. Just a few weeks ago, I noticed something was off with Irene. She's always been the life of the party, the one who fills our home with laughter and warmth. But lately, she's been quiet, refusing to eat. I could feel the worry gnawing at me. What was happening to my Irene? One night, she took my hand and led me outside. "Look at the stars," she said, her eyes sparkling with a light I hadn't seen in days. I thought we were just stargazing, but she had something else in mind. She led me to the basement, a place we hadn't ventured into in years. There, hidden beneath old boxes and memories, was a teleporter. I couldn't believe my eyes. "This will take us to an observation deck in space," she said, her voice filled with excitement. I hesitated. The thought of leaving Earth, even for a moment, felt surreal. But I couldn't deny her enthusiasm. We stepped inside, and in an instant, we were surrounded by the cosmos. The stars were brighter than I ever imagined, and for a moment, all my worries faded away. But then reality hit me. I wanted to go back, to check on our home, our lives. But Irene, she wanted to stay, to explore this new world. I could see the conflict in her eyes, the desire to escape whatever was weighing her down. As the days passed, I noticed our neighbor, Baron, watching us. He had that look, suspicious, curious. I could feel the tension building. What were we hiding? I knew we were acting strange, but how could I explain this? How could I tell him that my wife was losing her grip on reality, that she was clinging to this fantasy because she was scared? Meanwhile, I urged Irene to see a doctor. I thought maybe a professional could help us. But when the doctor suggested she needed a caretaker, it felt like a punch to the gut. I didn't want to think of Irene needing help, needing someone else to take care of her. I wanted to be that person, to be her rock. But how could I do that when she was so determined to stay in this dream world? The stars were beautiful, but they were also a reminder of the distance growing between us. I wanted to hold her hand and bring her back to reality, but every time I tried, she pulled away, lost in her own universe. I felt helpless, torn between my love for her and my fear of losing her to this strange obsession. Irene and I have shared so much over the years, joy, laughter, even sorrow. But now, as we drift among the stars, I wonder if we're drifting apart. I want to bring her back, to remind her of the life we built together. But how do I reach her when she's so far away? I can't shake the feeling that something's off. Denise keeps bringing up the idea of moving, and I get it. She's worried. But I can't just pack up and leave. This place has history, our history. It's where we've built our lives, even if it feels like the walls are closing in. Then there's Irene. She found a boy in the basement, a boy who seems to be tied to our teleporter. I didn't believe it at first. I mean, a teleporter? It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, not our everyday lives. But when I went down there and saw him, Jude, he was covered in blood. No wounds, no signs of a struggle, just blood. It was chilling. We decided to keep Jude's presence a secret. The last thing we need is the police getting involved. They wouldn't understand. They'd think we're crazy, or worse, they'd take Jude away. He's just a kid, and he's scared. We all are. And then there's Estella and her daughter, Tony. They've been lurking around, too. I can't quite figure out what their angle is, but they're definitely connected to this whole mess. They keep mentioning a chapel and some kind of mission. It's like we're all part of this tangled web, and I'm not sure how deep it goes. Every day feels like a puzzle, and I'm not sure if we're the ones putting it together or if we're just pieces being moved around. I can't help but wonder what happens if we dig deeper. What if we find out things we're not ready to face? I keep thinking about the teleporter. What if it's a way out? Or a way in? I don't know if I want to find out, but I can't ignore it either. The more I think about it, the more I realize that whatever is happening, it's bigger than us. Denise thinks we should run, but I can't. I need to know what's going on. I need to protect my family, and that means confronting whatever darkness is lurking in our basement. I just hope we're ready for whatever we uncover. Because once we step through that door, there's no turning back. I never thought I'd find myself tangled in a web of secrets, but here I am, caught between the lives of Franklin and Irene, and it's all unraveling in ways I never expected. You see, Franklin has this way of looking at things, always suspicious, always probing. It's like he has a sixth sense for the truth, and lately, he's been eyeing Jude. I can feel the tension building. It's like a storm brewing on the horizon. Franklin's not just curious, he's determined to uncover what's hidden beneath the surface. Meanwhile, Barron is on his own mission, digging into the couple's strange behavior. It's almost comical how oblivious they seem, but Barron is relentless. He's piecing together clues, connecting dots that I didn't even know existed. I can't help but wonder what he'll find. Will it lead to revelations that change everything? Or will it just deepen the mystery? And then there's Aaron. He's got this peculiar attachment to a glowing sphere. I mean, who cares about a glowing ball? But to him, it's everything. I overheard a police officer laughing about it, making light of Aaron's obsession. It's strange how something so trivial can hold so much significance. It makes me think about what we value and why. Sometimes, the smallest things can illuminate the darkest corners of our lives. Jude and I decided to visit the library, hoping to find Gabriel. Libraries have always felt like sanctuaries to me, filled with whispers of the past. But what we uncovered was shocking. Jude's father, arrested long ago, and now living with amnesia. Can you imagine? A life erased, memories lost. It's like a cruel twist of fate. I can see the pain in Jude's eyes, the weight of that revelation. It's as if the past is clawing its way back into our present, demanding to be acknowledged. As we sift through the remnants of Jude's family history, I can't shake the feeling that we're on the brink of something monumental. Every secret we uncover seems to connect us more deeply, intertwining our stories in ways that are both beautiful and terrifying. It's a reminder that our lives are not isolated. They're part of a larger narrative, one that we're all writing together, whether we like it or not. Franklin's suspicions, Barron's investigations, Aaron's glowing sphere, and Jude's lost father. They're all threads in this intricate tapestry. And as we pull on one thread, I can't help but wonder what will unravel next. Will we find the truth? Or will it slip through our fingers like sand? The answers are out there, waiting to be discovered, and I'm ready to face whatever comes next.
I can't believe I'm sitting here, staring at the dashboard, gripping the steering wheel so tight my knuckles are white. It's all because of Aaron. I thought we had each other's backs, but lying to the police? That's a line I never thought he'd cross. I mean, how could he? I had to get out of the house, away from the tension. It's suffocating. As I drove aimlessly, trying to clear my head, I spotted Byron across the street. There he was, torching campaign signs like it was some twisted bonfire party. I don't know what's gotten into him. Maybe it's the pressure of the election, or maybe he's just lost it. Either way, it's a sight I won't forget anytime soon. Meanwhile, Estella and Nick are on some wild goose chase, looking for a guy in the US. They need a boy with a van to help them out. I can't help but wonder what kind of trouble they're getting into. It's like they're living in a movie, and I'm just a spectator. I wish I could join them, escape this mess for a while. Then there's Chandra. She's a nurse, but there's something off about her. I can't shake the feeling that she's hiding something. She's looking for a job at Aaron's place, but she's not happy with the current caretaker. I can see it in her eyes. She wants in, but for what reason? I can't trust her, not with everything that's going on. And just when I thought my day couldn't get any weirder, I get a call about an antique shop. They're asking about a gold coin I have. I don't want to sell it. It's not just a coin. It's a piece of history, a reminder of my past. But the pressure is mounting. Everyone seems to want something from me, and I'm left trying to figure out what I really want. I'm caught in this whirlwind of chaos, and I don't know how to escape. Each decision feels heavier than the last, and I'm just trying to keep my head above water. I need to find clarity, but with all these distractions, it feels impossible. I just hope I can navigate through this storm without losing myself in the process.
I can't believe I lost my tablet again. It's like it has a mind of its own, disappearing right when I need it most. I mean, I've got a lot going on, and the last thing I need is to suspect Chandra of stealing it. She's always been a bit shady, you know? But I can't jump to conclusions. Still, the thought lingers in the back of my mind as I wander into this bar, hoping to clear my head. The place is dimly lit, filled with the sounds of clinking glasses and laughter. I grab a drink and, before I know it, I'm on stage, guitar in hand. It's funny how music can pull you out of a funk. I start strumming, pouring my heart into the lyrics. The crowd's energy shifts, and for a moment, I forget about the tablet, Chandra, everything. It's just me and the music. But then, as I finish my set, I spot Franklin and Byron in the corner, deep in conversation over a snooker table. They're discussing some secret door, and I can't help but wonder what they're up to. Suddenly, the door swings open, and the police walk in. My heart drops. I know they're here for me. I've been running from this dangerous organization, and I can't let them catch me. I've seen what they do to people who cross them. I try to explain, but they don't want to hear it. I fled. I tell them. I had no choice. But they just look at me with those blank stares, and I realize I'm in deeper than I thought. Meanwhile, Estella and her friend are out there, dealing with a utility worker by a transmission tower. I can't shake the feeling that whatever they're up to is connected to all of this. Flashbacks hit me like a wave. Estella on a mission with her father, navigating through danger, always one step ahead. She's brave, but I wonder if she knows what she's getting into. And then there's Aaron. His health has been improving, but it's all based on a lie. I can't help but feel guilty. I've been telling him everything's going to be fine, but deep down I know the truth. My family's cult background isn't something I can just brush off. It's a part of me, and it's haunting me. As I sit there, caught between the past and the present, I realize I can't keep running. I have to confront my demons, face the organization, and figure out what's really going on with my tablet, Chandra, and everything else. It's time to take control of my life before it spirals completely out of hand. I can't shake the feeling that we're on the brink of something monumental. Jude and I went to Chandra's house, hoping for answers, but it was like walking into a dead end. The walls felt like they were closing in, filled with secrets that just wouldn't spill. We searched every corner, every shadow, but it was all a bust. It's frustrating, knowing that there's something out there, something we can't quite grasp. Meanwhile, Byron's been diving deep into this teleportation mystery. He's convinced there's a connection between the strange door we found and the generator he's been tinkering with. I watched him as he flipped switches and adjusted dials, his eyes lit with that spark of discovery. When he finally activated it, I felt the air shift, like the world itself was holding its breath. Then, BAM, a shockwave rippled through the room, and I swear I could feel it in my bones. Franklin was right there with us, and he was practically vibrating with excitement. He's already sketching out plans for a spacesuit, talking about exploring whatever lies beyond that door. I can see it in his eyes. He's ready to leap into the unknown. It's exhilarating and terrifying all at once. What if we find something incredible? Or what if we stumble into something we can't handle? The thrill of the chase is intoxicating, but the risks are real. And then there's Estella. She's been working her own angle, putting up fake missing posters. It's a clever move, keeping her under the radar while she searches for Jude. I admire her tenacity, but I worry about the lengths she's going to. The police are always lurking, and one wrong move could blow her cover. But she's resourceful, always finding a way to stay one step ahead. Just when I thought she was running out of hope, she found that video of Jude singing. I could see the light in her eyes when she watched it, like a flicker of hope reigniting. It's amazing how a simple moment can bring back all those feelings, all that determination. She's not giving up, and neither are we. We're all connected in this web of mystery and discovery. Each piece we uncover pulls us closer to the truth, even if it feels like we're stumbling in the dark. I can't help but wonder what lies ahead. Are we ready for what we might find? The answers are out there, waiting for us to chase them down. And I know we will.
I've been thinking a lot about trust and betrayal lately. Cornelius, desperate for cash, is plotting something sinister. He's got this twisted idea to deceive Estella. I can't help but wonder how far he's willing to go. When Estella returns to the hotel, she's on a mission of her own, looking for cash, but she's also got intel. She's discovered a bar where Jude is hiding out. It's like a game of cat and mouse, and I can feel the tension building. But then there's Chandra. Cornelius is losing his patience with her. He wants information, and he's not going to take no for an answer. The way he tortures her for Jude's location is chilling. It's a stark reminder of how far people can fall when they're driven by desperation. Chandra finally breaks and reveals where Jude is, but it's too late for her. Cornelius doesn't just want the information. He wants to silence her forever. It's brutal, and it makes me question how far I'd go to protect the people I care about. Meanwhile, Jude, Aaron, and Dennis are digging into the past, trying to unravel the mystery of Jude's father, Gabriel. It's been 15 years since Gabriel abandoned Hannah, and now they're staying at her place, looking for answers. I can't imagine the weight of that history hanging over them. Aaron is trying to reach out to Franklin, but there's this underlying tension in their relationship. It's like they're both sensing that something is off, but neither of them knows how to address it. As they spend the night at Hannah's, the air is thick with unresolved emotions. Jude is grappling with his father's abandonment. Aaron is caught in a web of uncertainty with Franklin, and Dennis is just trying to keep the peace. It's a volatile mix, and I can feel the stakes rising. Every decision they make could lead to a breakthrough or a breakdown. In this tangled web of deception, betrayal, and the search for truth, I can't help but wonder, what would I do in their shoes? Would I be brave enough to confront the past? Or would I let fear dictate my choices? The lines between right and wrong blur when survival is at stake. And as Cornelius tightens his grip on Chandra, I realize that sometimes the quest for power can lead to the darkest corners of the human soul. I can't believe what I found today. Gabriel's old notes, hidden away in the corner of his room, just gathering dust. It's like stumbling upon a treasure map, but instead of gold, it's filled with theories, sketches, and ideas that are way ahead of their time. I mean, this guy was onto something big. There's something about his passion that pulls me in, makes me want to dive deeper into whatever he was working on. I can't shake the feeling that these notes hold the key to something extraordinary. Meanwhile, Franklin and Byron are in the garage, tinkering with that old spacesuit. They're getting ready for their teleported journey, and honestly, it's a mix of excitement and dread. I can't help but feel anxious for Byron. He's always been the brave one, the one willing to take risks. But what if something goes wrong? What if he steps into that teleporter and just disappears? The thought sends chills down my spine. When I got home, I found Aram and his family gathered around the table, talking about the teleporter like it's just another family dinner topic. Denise was there too, and I could see the spark of curiosity in her eyes. She learned about the teleporter from her grandparents, and I could tell she was itching to know more. It's amazing how quickly this secret is spreading, but it's also terrifying. What if it falls into the wrong hands? And then there's me, on a mission of my own. I'm searching for this orb that Byron is also after. It's like we're racing against each other without even knowing it. What does this orb do? Why is it so important? I can't shake the feeling that it's connected to Gabriel's notes somehow. But just when I thought I had a handle on everything, Cornelius and Estella enter the picture. They've been plotting against me, and I can feel their eyes watching my every move. Estella is relentless, insisting that we have to eliminate the threat I pose. It's like I'm in the middle of a chess game, and they're determined to take me out before I even make my first move. I can't let them win. I have to stay one step ahead, figure out what they're planning. I can't let fear dictate my actions. I have to find that orb, decipher Gabriel's notes, and uncover the truth before it's too late. This is bigger than just me now. It's about protecting everything we hold dear. The stakes are high, and I can't afford to lose.
I can still hear the rustling leaves as I sprint deeper into the jungle, adrenaline pumping through my veins. Estella is right behind me, her footsteps echoing like a relentless drumbeat. I can't let her catch me. I have to keep moving. The shadows of the trees loom over me, but I push forward, knowing that if I stop, it's all over. Meanwhile, back at home, Denise has returned, and she's in for a shock. Franklin and Aaron are captured, trapped in a web of deceit and danger. Aaron, ever the strategist, manages to slip Denise a crucial piece of information: the location of the teleport. I can only imagine the look on Cornelius's face when he hears this. He's always been so confident, so sure of his plans. But this changes everything. Tensions are rising. Denise, fueled by determination, springs into action. She's not just going to sit back and let her friends suffer. With a fierce resolve, she frees Franklin and Aaron, and they regroup. But Cornelius isn't going to let this slide. He confronts Jude, threatening to endanger his family if he doesn't surrender. It's a classic move, playing on fear, but Jude isn't the type to back down easily. Then, in a shocking twist, Estella manages to capture Jude. I can only imagine the chaos that ensues as she drags him to Aaron's house. Cornelius sees his chance and attacks. It's a brutal confrontation, but Aaron isn't going to let her friend go down without a fight. She steps up, pushing back against Cornelius with everything she has. It's a fierce battle of wills, and I can feel the tension crackling in the air. Finally, Denise sees her moment. With Cornelius distracted, she makes her move. It's a swift and calculated maneuver, and just like that, Cornelius is subdued. The tide is turned, but we're not out of the woods yet. The teleporter is our only way out, and we need to act fast. As we gather our strength and prepare to escape, I can't help but feel a surge of hope. We've faced so much, and yet here we are, ready to fight for our freedom. The jungle may be closing in around us, but together, we're unstoppable. We're not just running, we're reclaiming our lives, and nothing will stand in our way. I can still hear the screech of tires and the chaos that erupted as we drove away. It was supposed to be a simple escape, just Estella, Tony, and me, but then the van was ambushed. I remember the panic in Estella's eyes as they pulled her out, and Tony fought back, but it was no use. They were too strong, too many. I felt helpless, watching them disappear into the shadows, knowing I couldn't do anything to save them. Then there was Jude. He was always the brains of our operation, the one who could fix anything. When he told us he was working on the teleportation machine, I didn't think much of it at first. But when he finally got it up and running, it was like a light bulb went off. He revealed that his tablet controlled its location, and just like that, he was ready to make his move. I could see the determination in his eyes, the urgency to save Denise. It was a bittersweet moment, watching him bid farewell. I wanted to scream for him to stay, to help us, but I knew he had to go. In a flash, he disappeared, and I was left standing there, feeling the weight of everything that had just happened. And then there was Franklin. He had been acting strange for a while, but I never connected the dots until now. He finally confessed to Aaron about the spacesuit and Byron's disappearance. I could see the guilt etched on his face, the burden he had been carrying. It all made sense. The late-night conversations, the secretive glances. He had been hiding something monumental, and now it was out in the open. I could feel the tension in the air as Aaron processed the information. It was a lot to take in, and I could see the fear in her eyes. But we couldn't dwell on that. We were standing on the edge of the unknown, and it was time to take a leap of faith. Franklin, Aaron, and I exchanged glances, a silent agreement passing between us. We had to venture into the unknown, to find Estella and Tony, to uncover the truth behind Byron's disappearance. There were so many questions left unanswered, so many mysteries still swirling around us. As we stepped forward, I felt a mix of excitement and dread. What awaited us out there? Would we find our friends? Would we uncover the secrets that had been hidden from us? I didn't know, but I knew one thing for sure. We were in this together, and whatever lay ahead, we would face it head-on. The adventure was just beginning, and I was ready to dive into the depths of uncertainty, to confront whatever challenges awaited us. The unknown was calling, and we had no choice but to answer. If you enjoy what you see, hit that subscribe button and join our community. Don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your support means the world and helps us create even more amazing content for you.